Super Bowl 52, the biggest sporting event in the world, is coming at you this year from Minneapolis. Want to be there?
I don't think so.
We said biggest, not loudest. It's the Patriots.
Brady takes the snap. He play fakes to White. Stands in the end zone. He looks down the middle. He fires, and the ball is caught in the back of the end zone by Danny. It's a catch. Amendola. Touchdown. And New England is taking the lead.
It's the Eagles.
It's a flea flicker. Back to Foles. He's going deep down the far side of the field. And it is good. Touchdown.
It's Super Bowl trivia on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Now, introducing your host, the Marquis Russo.
Okay, we have had a winner today. Lee in Pittsburgh got our first audio proper, correct? It was Terrance Mathis. It's fair to say who that winner was. If you missed it 30 minutes ago. She got 3 other questions. One of them an MTM deal, so I owe her $200. Bill, you got to tell me where to send the money so she can have it when she gets to Minneapolis, because she got Mary Tyler Moore as a question 2. And, of course, you get a bonus if you get Mary Tyler Moore on the way to winning that contest and that segment. So there you go from that standpoint. So we have been reeling. We are trying to find out and ascertain how Lee in Pittsburgh beat us so badly in the first hour, the third hour of the contest. It usually takes days for somebody to get a winner here. But somehow Lee had the keys to the kingdom and went out there and absolutely spit on us, laughed on us, all the way to the bank. And we are trying to figure out how this occurred. Bill's suggestion was that maybe it had something to do with the app, because I guess, although it's not handled technologically correctly, that's what Eddie said. It's an app but poorly put together. I guess if you have an app, you can, and then you can stream it to your phone, and you can hear the show that way. Every show, maybe an hour or 2 after it's concluded. It's on a 3-minute delay if you listen live. But who's listening to Chris Russo on a phone at 10 o'clock at night? I'm an old throwback talk show host. You're in a car in a tunnel listening to me. You are not listening to some dopey old fart do a talk show on a phone. So that couldn't have been it. Then we have gotten some words that maybe there is a mole in our studio or in our department or in our company that, has a connection to some of the callers and maybe has fed those questions and answers. There's only 5 or 6 of us who could do it. So there's not that many. This is like Murder on the Orient Express. There's not that many opportunities. So essentially the contestants would be Bill, who has the proper information, Colin Schmeling, who is all over it, always looking to make an extra buck, Eddie Erickson, who's broke, who's all over it, me, that's 4. I wouldn't sabotage, I wouldn't think my own contest. That's 4. Really only 5, and the 5th is Tori. So one of the 5 of us has the ability to sabotage the contest. Now, the problem with it is I don't know how to use the computer, so it can't be me. I'd be out. I don't think Eddie has the smarts to do it, and he realizes if he does, he's out, and he can't go to FAN anymore, so he's finished. So to me, it's down to Colin, who has too much hockey, so I don't think he's a problem. Now, I don't think Bill is the guy, because Bill's trying to get a job with Bing Cow out there in California, and the way he gets a job is to show Bing Cow how good he is with his questions. And Bing Cow texted him last night. He said, "You guys do a better job with this contest, and I got to stay for 20. So I don't think it's Bill. So that essentially leaves us one suspect. And,
Steve Torrey.
Yeah, and why wouldn't it be Steve? He's broke. He's constantly looking to cause trouble. He's frustrated at Sirius. He makes no decisions. The decisions are made north of him, not below him. He does a talk show, and you know why he's doing it. He don't like doing Sunday Drive. How dare they make me work on a 6th day with Lekis? So is it possible to make a little extra money on the side, Bill? I should ask you. Did he email to Lee in Pittsburgh? Now, the problem with it is we have to find a connection between Steve and Lee, because it's just an arbitrary winner. So there has to be a connection that we can find between Tori and Lee. And if we find that, I think we have our culprit. We can lock him up. So somehow, some way, we got to get his cell phone, get his cell phone records. We have to find out Alex, get her cell phone. Maybe she's got some connection. But I don't think it's you because you got Binkel. You went out of here and you want to be good. Colin's got his hockey. He's got kids all over the place. Although he's broke and used the money, I don't think Colin's got enough time or energy to fart around. He's not interested. Eddie is not smart enough, and he knows this is his last chance, so he's in the mix, and I certainly wouldn't sabotage my own contest, and I don't know how to use a computer. There's only 5 people, literally. There was 5. Greenstein doesn't know what's going on. Andy Moss doesn't know we're on the air. Cohen is too farting around with the dopey other shows, yelling and screaming left and right, and worrying about Patrick Mawaz's producer. So the only guy that we have left here,
maybe it is you.
No,
maybe you're playing us like Kevin Spacey, Usual Suspects.
No,
like you go home and you're like a computer hacker. And you don't know it.
That's not me. So there is only one. Bill, now let's ask you: is there anybody else who has been privy to the questions that maybe have walked into your office? You're sloppy. Maybe you left them on the Long Island Railroad. I don't know. Is there anybody? Did you leave them at the Syosset train station one night? Is there anybody else who could have had access to your code? Andy King. Could it be Andy King, the guy who thinks he invented how to do a talk show, who's never done one? Could it be Andy King, who's in your office, who was listening the other day to you and I go through the questions, making believe he was on the phone? Could it be Andy King? Is he possible? How about Melissa, the girl who does the boxing channel? Marissa, whatever her name is. Could it be Marissa, who somehow has got Jerry Cooney on there? I mean, who could it possibly be that has sabotaged? There's no way this kid Lee in Pittsburgh, a woman, out of nowhere, came up with these answers in 10 seconds, including Hangstram, which was not asked yesterday, and Terrance Mathis. Somebody gave her the keys to the city. Was it Eddie Erickson, Bill?
I don't believe so. No.
Colin's got his own life. He's worried about the hockey. Can't stand the place. He's got motive, but not the time. So it's not him. He's out. I would not sabotage my own contest. And believe it or not,
but that's the genius of it. See, you're barking here. You're saying there's no way it's you. You've got kids at home who are geniuses with the.
For all we know, Chris has been a big Bitcoin.
Absolutely. I mean, Timmy and Colin, these guys, Kira, I'm sure they're whizzes on the computer. You team up with them.
But what is my connection for Lee? I don't need the tickets. What's my connection, Lee, in Pittsburgh? I have no connection. I don't think it's you.
Maybe Colin Russo, in an angry, bitter, moment because the Jaguars lost, hacked in, took all our questions, and sabotaged the
I guess that is possible, but I'll have to check that. I don't think it's you. You want to go? You want to get this spin cow job out there?
I would not spend about 50 hours prepping this thing just to sabotage myself.
Could it be Tori?
You know Steve better than I do.
He's conniving. Now, he said he went away this weekend.
That's true. He did say he was out of town.
He did say that. He had a lovely, Lauren, by the way, happy birthday. A big birthday for Lauren, and Steve put the family together, so we give him credit for that. But that
could have been his cover.
Maybe he
could have gone to Pittsburgh.
He could have gone to, that's what it is. And you know what? Call Regal. Call my travel agent. Because he used Regal on my free flights. I got it for Christmas. I bet you yours find a flight to Pittsburgh on Continental with all the questions. And he hates the place right now. He's soured on it. So could he sabotage Sirius? Is it possible?
You have to ask him.
And he's not doing the updates today.
You want a 4:30 update?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Could it be Steve Torrey? Are you stunned that Lee in Pittsburgh got the answers?
I am very surprised.
Colin, are you surprised that Lee in Pittsburgh?
I cannot believe we that quick.
I'm not that surprised. I'm less surprised about the Hank Stram question than you are. Because, like I said, people, they sit there, they make a database, they literally go through every coach, write down every single place they've been. If you want to go through that much work, then you have it at your fingertips, if you want to be prepared. But the number 4 audio, that's the first time anyone's guessed it.
We've never had it on a first guess like that.
Never. Ever. Well, we played it twice.
But we've never had a first guess on the mark. Right? I can't think of one.
Do we have any? Now, listen, we have the internet ratings for our show, but do we have an internet rating for the app that we can find out how many people may have listened last night to the first day? We're 6 or 7 people?
But even with that, they usually takes a couple guesses,
That's what it comes down to. Is so you get the audio, you hear your couple clues, and to narrow it down all the way from the team to Terrance Mathis is remarkable.
And we've only played it twice.
It's uncanny.
She heard the cut If you look at the whole big picture, she heard it twice in a span of, what, when we played it once today and once at the end of the show yesterday. Is that what it was? So this woman, Lee in Pittsburgh, unbeknownst to us, figured out who this Terrance Mathis was and we didn't replay it. I think we replayed it once. I think we played it actually 3 times. 3 times on the air. Now, there's no way she could have gotten that right unless she had some inside help. Now, there's only 5 people in the now, unless there's more, I don't know, you tell me.
And Matthews graduated in 89, so if her husband is younger, she sounded younger.
But did you get her age?
No, I didn't ask for her age.
She said she was alive in 1980 because she was an Eagle fan. And that's when they played the Super Bowl, so that would make her 37 at least. So I guess it's possible that the old man knew who Mathis was at New Mexico. But I think the sneak is Torrey. We all know he's a sneak. We all know that he's a guy he's conniving. And we all know he's soured on the company. And we all know that his alibi was he was out of town this weekend. Is it possible, Bill, you work with him every day. You're not impressed with him, but is it possible that Steve Torrey, he probably wrote it out, but is it possible he wrote out the plan so we can find it somewhere? Is it
You need to have a sit down.
Is it possible? Bill, is it possible that Steve Torrey wrote out a scheme, wrote it out, led with it, and went out there and figured out a way to sabotage Christopher Russo's contest? Is that possible?
Yeah, you have been getting on him pretty good, telling him what he should lead with, giving him a hard time about his show. Maybe he said, that's it. I'm getting back at the doggy.
Is it possible? All right, so Steve Torrey. In the meantime,
Are we going to play the contest?
yeah, we're going to play it again. Okay. Should we play the audio from for the second contest, or leave it alone until we get the
No.
Let them have it cold.
You gotta earn it now.
Oh, see, now Bill's mad. See,
Yeah, they
see,
don't
now
get.
what you've
There's
done.
no preview on this one.
Look
You
at
get
Bill.
it cold.
Oh, look at Bill. Bill spent a week on this dopey thing, and he got screwed right out of the gate. Now Bill's going to play hard to get. Oh, baby, 414. We continue here on Mad Dog Unleashed.